Today we'll show you how you can install a shower enclosure. This video is to be used as a guide only, and we always advise that you seek professional help. The first thing I always do when I'm installing a shower enclosure is I check that the shower tray is perfectly level before I start, because that will make your life a lot easier throughout the process. You'll then want to find your included instructions, because all of these shower enclosures are very slightly different and the instructions will help you throughout the process. So make sure you reference your instructions throughout your shower enclosure install. This video, however, will teach you the basic principles of getting one of these shower enclosures installed. The next thing I do is unbox all of the components so that I can see them visually and reference them to what my instructions say. I then lay them out on a soft, flat surface, and we're going to start to build up some of the enclosure before we install it where the shower tray is. We've got these top and bottom runners that attach to our side profiles on the glass panels, and they allow the wheels on the door to run up and down, and all we need to do is slide those into the notch on the end of our profile. So if I lift that up very slightly, I'll be able to slide that down into position. I'm just going to repeat that on the top and bottom of each of the profiles. Now along the bottom and top we will need to install some bump stops, and we've got a glass retainer that just slots underneath the glass just to retain it against the runner. When you're popping these screws in the bump stops, don't over tighten them because they'll come through the other side, so be careful when you're tightening these up. Once you've built up the two glass sides, you'll want these wall profiles, and we're now going to fix these in place at the edge of the tray. We'll fix these to the wall, and these are what the glass side panels attach to. So this attaches to the wall and the glass side panels attach to this. Now as you fit these profiles, you'll want to use a level to make sure that they are plumb, in other words upright, and not tipped over. Once you're happy that it's plumb, you can then mark through the profile, through the little hole in the back of it, all the way along, and we can then fix it to the wall. The fixings you use for this will be largely dependent on the wall type. You'll see I've got a little white collar on there. That is included in your pack, and that is to attach the chrome caps to hide the screw head once we've finished the installation. Now you'll want to bring in these glass panels that we built up earlier, and all these do is slide over the profile that we just fixed to the wall. You'll want to slot it over. They can be a little bit fiddly, especially if you're on your own like I am. Ideally, get somebody to give you a hand, but they just slot over there like that, and then we can lower it down so it's in position. You'll see us slotted onto the bit we fixed to the wall, and it's nice and equal all the way down, and it is sitting on the edge of that shower tray there. So you can see we've got an equal gap all the way along the shower tray, and we've got the same on that panel there. You'll now want to fit your corner post retaining clip, and using the screws provided, there's 4 of them, will fix this in place. You've now got a covering piece that fits and clips into that corner moulding. Now we need to fix the glass panel to the trim that we fixed to the wall to fix the whole thing in place. And to do this, I'm going to use a 3mm drill bit in a drill. Now it's time to build and install the doors. We'll start with the handles that come in 2 parts and need to be screwed together using the screws from each side. You've then got 2 blanks to fill in the screw holes. You then have these top and bottom door runners, which are adjustable, and they need to be installed in the cutout on the glass door. And then pop in the retaining screw and the blanking caps. Now the door can be lifted in place, and bear in mind that when you install those runners, the orientation of them will be different between this door and this door based on where the handle is. Refer to your instructions that will give you more information and illustrate to you the easiest way to install the adjustable runner. Now we're going to lift and hook in the top runners onto the top track. Once the door's hooked in, pop these two buttons down, which will allow the door to locate into the bottom track. The door should then be able to slide back and forth nice and freely. Now you can shut both doors. They should meet in the middle. If the heights of each door are not correct when they meet in the middle, you can adjust them on the top runners. Now you've got 3 trims included for each side of the shower enclosure. That's 6 trims in total. Now these do come pre-cut, but the length can be adjusted using a knife if need be. And I'll show you where these go. First is your magnetic strip that goes on the edge of your sliding door so that the 2 doors meet in the corner and the magnets attach to one another. The next seal fixes to the fixed glass panel to stop water getting between the door and the panel. All of these seals are really easy to fit. They just push over the glass panel. The very final strip fits on the sliding door facing the fixed glass panel so that when you close the door, the 2 strips meet to seal it. And that is our shower enclosure installed, and it only really leaves us with one last step: applying silicone sealant around the enclosure. Your instructions will specify exactly where your silicone sealant needs to be applied, but as a general rule of thumb, no silicone sealant should be applied inside the enclosure. It should only ever be applied on the outside. On the Victorian Plumbing website, you'll be able to find a wide range of shower enclosures, and we'll pop a link in the description to the one that we've used in this video. Hope you found this video helpful. We'll see you in the next one.